watching the History Fellow channel. In today's video we're looking at Neville Chamberlain. Arthur Neville Chamberlain was born on the 18th of March 1869 and would die on the 9th of November 1940. Chamberlain was a British politician who served as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from May 1937 to May 1940, and he was leader of the Conservative Party from May 37 to October 40. He is best known for his foreign policy of appeasement, and in particular for his signing of the Munich Agreement on the 30th of September 1938, ceding the German-speaking Sudetenland of Czechoslovakia to Nazi Germany, led by Adolf Hitler. Following the German invasion of Poland on the 1st of September 1939, which marked the beginning of the Second World War, Chamberlain announced the declaration of war on Germany 2 days later and led the United Kingdom through the first 8 months of the war, until his resignation as Prime Minister on the 10th of May 1940. After working in business and local government, and after a short spell as Director of National Service in 1916 and 1917, Chamberlain followed his father Joseph Chamberlain and elder half-brother Austin Chamberlain in becoming a Member of Parliament in the 1918 general election for the new Birmingham Ladywood division at the age of 49. He declined a junior ministerial position, remaining a backbencher until 1922. He was rapidly promoted in 1923 to Minister of Health, and then Chancellor of the Exchequer after a short-lived Labour-led government. He returned as Minister of Health, introducing a range of reform measures from 1924 to 1929. He was appointed Chancellor of the Exchequer in the National Government in 1931. Chamberlain succeeded Stanley Baldwin as Prime Minister on the 28th of May 1937. His premiership was dominated by the question of policy towards an increasingly aggressive Germany, and his actions at Munich were widely popular among the British at the time. In response to Hitler's continued aggression, Chamberlain pledged the United Kingdom to defend Poland's independence if the latter was attacked, an alliance that brought its country into war after the German invasion of Poland. The failure of the Allied forces to prevent the German invasion of Norway caused the House of Commons to hold historic Norway debate in May 1940. Chamberlain's conduct of the war was heavily criticised by members of all parties, and in a vote of confidence his government's majority was greatly reduced. Accepting that a national government supported by all the main parties was essential, Chamberlain resigned the premiership because the Labour and Liberal parties would not serve under his leadership. Although he still led the Conservative Party, he was succeeded as Prime Minister by his colleague Winston Churchill, until ill health forced him to resign on the 22nd of September 1940. Chamberlain was an important member of the War Cabinet as Lord President of the Council, heading the government in Churchill's absence. His support for Churchill proved vital during the May 1940 War Cabinet crisis. Chamberlain died aged 71 on the 9th of November 1940 of cancer, 6 months after leaving the premiership. Chamberlain's reputation remains controversial among historians, the initial high regard for him being entirely eroded by books such as Guilty Men, published in 1940, which blamed Chamberlain and his associates for the Munich Accord and for allegedly failing to prepare the country for war. Most historians in the generation following Chamberlain's death held similar views, led by Churchill in the Gathering Storm. Some later historians have taken a more favourable perspective of Chamberlain and his policies, citing government papers released under the 30-Year Rule, and arguing that going to war with Germany in 1938 would have been disastrous, as the UK was unprepared. Nonetheless, Chamberlain is still unfavourably ranked amongst British Prime Ministers.